There's an issue here at the beach. Look, you see how many of the islands in the Šibenik archipelago. So many islands. Oh, there's a turtle.
Oh, shit.
Hello, little friend. Tourism is such a big part of the economy. They pay so much more attention to stuff, or to make it neat, make it look neat, make it clean, all of the stuff. I just love it. Hey everybody, today we are visiting two small coastal towns. The first one, where we're standing now, is Tribun, and the next one is going to be Vodice. This is a series of videos we are making with smaller Croatian coastal town. So please follow me around when we're going to show you this neat little town and give you some information about it. We're going to start our trip visiting this small island, which is the old town in Tribun. So we're going to take a walk around here for you to have an idea about the place. So let's go this way. Quite neat, huh? Sitting here in the evening. Really nice.
There's like a small island on this side.
Yeah, there's a few islands out here. But anyway, we are gonna climb to the main viewing point of the city, so we will have a chance to see everything from above. But this is just too charming. And of course, Tribun, small city, 1,500 people live here. So it's totally reliant on tourism. You can see how neat everything is made here. It's just absolutely amazing. And you have the big marina, which we're gonna see when we come up at the end. So you have a lot of people coming here with boats. You also have some of them lined up out here. I mean, just amazing. Okay, that's what I call a wine barrel. And of course you have apartments out here also on the small Old Town Island. And now we see the marina. But they are really upping the game here, renovating the old stone houses. Totally neat. And of course you don't see many people now because we are here relatively early in the morning. But you can imagine how this looks when you get to the evening hours. People go out eating. I wonder what that flag is. But so neat. Oh, I love the green chairs. Somehow. Huh, look at this. Jutro. Let's go into the small alleys here to see if we can navigate ourselves around. Maybe up here. Wow. If this is not charming, I don't know what is. Neat. Now we're back. I mean, it's really small here. I don't know how many houses here. Maybe 50, 100. But beautiful. Look, this one is also renovated. And here, is an object which needs a loving hand. Maybe some of our audience feel like giving it a go. But even in here, look, nice. I know. And Bougainville. Oh, neat with all the plants. Wow. Small garden in here. Just amazing. But it's usually a general thing for these smaller towns. If their economy depends a lot on tourism, they usually invest a lot of time and effort into making everything neat. I mean, you also didn't see zero garbage nowhere, you know, so really nice. So now we had a look at the old town. I really loved it. Next project is up here at the top of the hill. There's a church, and we're gonna see if we can find our way up there. And this I also love. Really neat. Apparently they're not ready now for guests, but how they made it, just perfect. Konobashimun. So if you have forgotten your beach equipment, because there's also a few beaches, we're going to show you at least one of them a bit later. You can find equipment here. So this is apparently the way which leads to the top. Still climbing, and we will have to do that for some time. I think the church is 60 meters above sea level. But you see, when we get to this point, there's a sign leading us. This is this small path we have to follow. You definitely should not walk here in open shoes. You need some fixed shoes. Oh, there's a turtle.
Oh, shit.
Hello, little friend. I think here. At the church. And I think somebody told us wrong. There's a way better way up here. So even the locals, we asked a few locals how to get up here. Apparently they haven't been here up here recently because the information they gave us was somewhere between wrong and incorrect. But anyway, here you see Old Town just in front of us, the one we visited. You kind of get the proportions of the marina next to it. And the main beach in town is basically just after the marina out here. So now we're going to go down, and as you see, compared to the footage from going up here, this looks much more like the real way. But it seems the locals need to up their game in knowing these things. Dobre jutro. Wow. Look, you see how many of the islands in the Šibenik archipelago? So many islands. So when you're going on holiday here, you know, you of course have lots of options going out and see. It's the most obvious one is to go take a boat trip to Kornati or Telaščica Nature Park. just to get around, but I think there's also lots of local boat trips here from Tribun, which would take you just to the islands out around, maybe to some bays where you can swim. So it would be a pity not to take advantage of that if you are actually on holiday here. There's also a sign here, I think, Putsvedinegale, and it's even marked with arrows going up here. So I think
It's just on the right when you
it's basically,
from the bridge.
when
yes,
you
just follow the bridge
cross the
after.
bridge and then just straight up. I really love how much they're into flowers here in Tribun. It just makes, with all these purple, red, white colors, just looks so nice. So now we're driving next to the marina. You saw it from the footage from when we were up, because I just wanted to go out in this end to show you the main beach area. The one you are probably gonna use if you are gonna spend some time here in Tribun. You see, mainly it's a mix between pebble and some smaller rocks. So you would probably need the swimming shoes here. And if you're in good condition, you can swim to an island. I don't think it's a good idea because there's a lot of boat traffic out here. You can see beach continues all the way out, so there's plenty of options here when you're on holiday in Tribun to spend a day on the beach, and also on the other side of the peninsula with the church. If you go on the other side, there's also a beach over there. So really, really nice options you have here to spend a day on the beach. So my take on Tribun, really I loved it. I must say, I was surprised how neat they kept everything. So really, really, really a positive thing to see. I really loved it. So I think anybody going on a holiday here would not be disappointed. Also because it's close to so many things you can go and experience in the area. I already mentioned you can take a sailing trip to the islands, but you also can do a day trip to Zadar without any problem. You can of course go to Šibenik, you have Vodice, you have National Park Krka. So many things in the areas if you wanna, spend a day or 2 days on excursions. You also have the Aqua Park in Amadre, or what's maybe more known to people as Solaris. So great place. Loved it. So now we're getting down to the center in Vodice. Really neat. Nice square here. Wow. I already love it a lot. So we're in a race here with a local. He had a more advanced vehicle than we did. So now we came to Vodice, and here we're going to start the trip out in the beach area. We are now a little bit north of the center of the old town, at the end of a small peninsula, and we're going to walk around that one and get to the old town. And as you can see, the beach area here in Vodice already looks great. This is not the only beach area, but this one definitely looks like something you want to visit. Anyway, let's walk to the old town and see the rest of the seaside promenade of Vodice. You saw in Tribun when we visited the beach, there was not really any people, and because Vodice is simply a larger city, here it's maybe around 5,500 people, and you have way more hotels and this stuff. The tourist season simply starts earlier here, which is why here you will see way more people also when we get into the center. Not peak season yet, but you will have tourists going around. And the weather is amazing. I think today they said up to 30 degrees in this area. Here on the left side you have some of the hotels you can stay in. This is CCR. And I like there's some shade here. I'm not sure what they made all these, what's it, 1, 2, 3. It looks like the same bricks as for Catan, the board game. And there's another hotel here, and you have one behind, so really the options doing a hotel holiday is definitely something you can consider here in Worditsa. You see the building over there, we used to call it, my girls and I, we used to call it the spaceship. It's a hotel, and that whole area has a lot of beaches. And of course, Worditsa is more vibrant than Tribun. I think both of them are ideal for family holidays, with kids also. But of course, if you have a little bit older kids, probably Worditsa is more interesting. I think more stuff is happening in the evening hours for teenagers, etc., than in Tribun. Oi. Clearly, there's an issue here at the beach. Now we're at the Old Town area, as you see here. A lot of nice restaurants along where you can sit in the evening, enjoy a nice meal, hopefully. And we're gonna go inside the Old Town a little bit later, just to show you how the streets looks in there. So we're gonna continue down here at the coast. Plenty of coffee bars. And you have, of course, also in Worditsa Elata Marina. So lots of people also come here with boats. And I see, you know, my daily ice cream, I think could be something I'm gonna look into in the nearest future. Also neat how they made it. You can really see with these coastal towns who depend so much on where tourism is such a big part of the economy. They pay so much more attention to stuff, or to making it neat, make it look neat, you know, make it clean, all of the stuff. I just love it. Play some nice music. You guys are renovating, but you have this alley in between this building where you basically from this side, if you go down here, you have the souvenir shops. Where you can find everything for swimming, toys for the kids, handbags, magnets, all the standard stuff. You can find that here in the middle of town. And over here, if you are looking into cooking a little bit, getting some fresh vegetables, you have a green market. Of course, it's nothing compared to the one in Sadar we saw. And you have some nice fresh fish. And you probably need to be relatively early here to find something. Oh, she has some really nice fish. What are they? Now it's getting slowly season for Vishnia, I think. Yeah. Cherry season is coming. So we are not going to continue out here. Basically, this only leads us past the marina. There's not much to see there. And then when you get further out, you get out to the hotel I said, which we can use to call the Spaceship. And that is basically just a hotel resort area which has beaches and all these things as I mentioned. So you can probably see on the website all the photos from that area. I'm not going to go and show you that now. Here, just for the information, here where we're standing now, you see this area with a lot of small shops. This is basically the bus station if you need to travel with bus from Voditsa, just that you're aware of that. And then we're gonna go head back and explore the other parts of the old town. From Voditsa you also have excursions, the same options as from Tribun, as I mentioned in the car. So you can really easily make a day trip from here to various places. One interesting thing is you have an actual ferry line going from Voditsa to Šibenik. So for, I would guess, 4 or 5 euro, you can sail with a ferry. It stops on a few islands before it gets to Šibenik. Or then you can take a bus back to Voditsa. This is a really cheap way of doing a day trip where you can also have maybe a beer or two without having to think about driving. Look at how nice the Harris building is. Great job whoever renovated that. Yeah. Water gave the town its name. Voditsa, of course. Another look at the square, you know. Just so neat. We're gonna go up here, right? And of course also, not only all the hotels you would find here, you also have plenty of apartments to choose between in Voditsa. And now we're actually getting to the spot where I wanted to take you. So this is the old park, the one we passed with earlier, or we drove by this one when we were searching for the parking. So many neat little streets, so many nice shops, restaurants, coffee bars who did really an effort. Look just at this one example, with nice flowers outside. Maybe it's a restaurant or something like that. Sorry, we're closed now, yeah. So now we basically showed you Tribun today and Voditsa, and we are now standing in the old park, in the old town of Voditsa, which is where we're gonna end the video. I hope you like the two cities. Please comment. I would like to know your opinion, what you think about them. I think they are ideal cities for a summer holiday. They are really fine-tuned for receiving guests, according to my opinion. So please, give the video a like, subscribe to our channel. We have a whole playlist of smaller coastal towns in Croatia, where you can see other towns, so you can figure out which is the best place to go on holiday. Thank you very much. Until the next one.